We are young, wild, and free. Let's begin HOTBEAT. Tuesday's HOTBEAT on January 11, 2022. We have started with a song called 늘 지금처럼 Come On Baby Tonight by 박문치, vocals by Lulu and Lala. Hello to all of our HOTBEAT family. I'm HOTBEAT's DJ Howon of W24, your one and only Hodi. Let's get started with today's Tuesday's HOTBEAT. Alrighty, Roo. So, I actually have a little side story before we start our phrase up. This is a story about a program of romance. You guys all know those like romantic programs out there these days. There are actually a lot of them, especially in Korea these days. It's getting very, very popular. I've actually been watching one on my own, 솔로 지옥. I think it's called Inferno Solo, something like that. But anyways, moving on. There is this, I guess, romantic program called Heart Signal. And in a date, the guy, or actually, there was a girl and a guy, and there was this conversation, and the guy says, actually, the girl says, 나 머리 묶는 게 나아? 아니면 푸는 게 나아? Is my hair better when it's loose or when it's, put together, how do you call it, in a ponytail? And then this is the conversation, the comment that the guy says. And the guy says, 평소에 아니면 오늘? And it's like, usually, guys tend to say, oh, 다 예뻐, everything's pretty. You're so pretty. You're always so pretty. Both ways are fine. But the guy was like, today or always? It's like these kind of like detailed kind of like men are actually getting very popular these days. Yes. Girls tend to really enjoy when guys look at you very detailedly and they like explain to you why you're so beautiful and why you look so good. And I think it's because girls tend to be very detailed and they like to hear those detailed things from men. Although there was this one time, or if I remember correctly, when I was in high school, I think I had a talk about this with my friends. And I asked my, girl friends, and they answered that too much detail for men also can be a little bit too much. Remembering every single little detail of the girl might be a little bit too intense for them, because sometimes girls want to hide things from men, right? But if men catch those things, then it could be a little bit awkward. Yeah, I actually understand that. Anyways, if I actually had a question like that from my lover or my girlfriend, and she asks me, is it better if I have a ponytail or if I let it loose? I probably would say just the truth. Like, yeah, sorry, yeah, I'm that kind of guy. I would just say, I think you look better when your hair is loose, or I think I like you better with a ponytail. But it's your choice. I would tell her that, yeah. Anyways, too much info. We'll be back with our Tuesday segment phrase up very soon. I'm going to ask this question to NIve as well. But anyways, we'll listen to a song and I'll be back. The song is 알다가도 모르겠어, I Wonder by Honeist. Time to solve some quizzes and introduce your stories based on different phrases every week. Phrase up! He has delicate emotions that melt people's hearts. Yes, NIve, welcome back.
Thank you. Hello. I'm back.
Delicate emotions here.
Delicate emotions.
Yeah,
yes.
How are you?
Good. But I mean, the work never stopped.
Of course. We're always so busy. The start of 2022 is already the 11th day.
Right.
But still, I think nothing really has changed for me. It's still, I'm, working.
I mean, like for me, a huge change is that for me, the first digit of my age became from 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Oh, right.
Except
yes.
apart from that, everything's fine.
Yeah, that's a Korean age thing here. So
right.
I was actually, making fun of NIve just before. But anyways. We're not going into details because we don't want to reveal our ages, right? Anyways, so Neve, I actually was asking, or actually was telling all of our HOTBEAT listeners about this, like, romantic programs these days where, like, couples come out, or actually solo people come out, and then, they get together and, whatever that is.
Right.
So if your girlfriend asked you, do I look better with my hair tied up, ponytail or whatever it is, or down, just like loose?
Ooh.
What would you say to her?
That's a trap question.
It's a trap question.
It's a trap question.
Okay.
Depend, like, what kind of, like, whichever answer you give, one way or another, she's gonna be like, oh, so you don't like me with the hair tied up, or you don't like me with the hair down, like, from my experience.
Your experience.
You want the, like, realistic, like, real answer from me?
Sure.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would say, if it were to me, I would like, you look very pure when you have your hair tied up, and you look very sexy when you have your hair down. You should look at his face.
Wow.
He's cringing. He's cringing.
You are definitely the delicate emotions guy. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Preparation, guys. Preparation. It's the key to survive in the relationship, okay?
No, but actually, girls actually do like these kind of, like, comments.
No matter how, like, the cool that they, kind
they
of act,
try to be.
They try to be. It stays.
They feel good.
Yeah, the
of course,
answer that you give them.
Yeah.
Why not make them feel good? And I mean,
yeah. I am definitely not that kind of guy. I would never do those kind of, like, comments.
Would you be, like, 100% like honest?
Yeah, I'll be like, you look better with a ponytail, or you look better with your hair loose. But it's your choice.
Then what would you say if the girl goes, oh, so I look better with the hair tied up. Does that mean that you don't like me in my, like, when my hair's down?
No, that doesn't mean that I don't like you when your hair is down. Okay. I say it is both is good, but you look better without one. You ask my opinion, You ask my opinion, yeah.
And then she'll be like, okay. And then, like, silence.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. For me, that would be really hard.
Right.
If it wasn't like a forced relationship, and I had to stay with her, for example, or if I'm married to her, I probably would have to stay with her. But if it's not that, probably in my okay, I'm kind of feeling like I'm a really cold person here. But,
no. You know what? I think for me too, I think it really depends on what kind of girl you meet up and go on a date.
Yeah.
There's, like, always, like, right match. For me, I love to meet a girl who's really just cool with any kind of, like, answer. But then many times girls ask you that kind of question because they feel kind of, like, insecure. If they're casually asking about, like, oh, do you like my hair tied up or tied down, then I can just, like, casually go, like, oh, I like your hair.
Or like both. Yeah.
But, like, when she's asking you with the attitude of, like, I'm not too sure. Do you like my hair tied up or tied down? If that's the case.
Okay, if that's the case, I think it would be a little bit different for me too. Yeah, I probably wouldn't say that directly, but yeah.
It really depends on how insecure they are.
Yeah, or the situation or whatever that is. Okay.
Oh, why am I sweating?
Why are you sweating?
Thinking about it just makes me sweat.
All right, so actually there are many cheesy and cringy lines in, like, Korean romance dramas, just like, Neve was trying to do. But anyways, for example, it's 어디서 타는 냄새 안 나요? 내 마음이 불타고 있잖아요.
Oh my God.
Do you smell something burning? My heart is burning for you.
Oh my God.
So, Neve, when you're dating, do you say such cringy lines often?
I would say those kind of cringy lines to tease the girl.
To
make them cringe.
Fun. Oh, okay. Just like, to make a fun mood.
Like, I'd be like, 어디서 타는 냄새 안 나요?
Oh, wow.
내 마음이 불타고 있잖아요.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
See? That's the reaction that I want to
I would never want to be in that situation, in that place where you do that,
활활 타고
whatever.
있어요.
Okay.
잿더미가 되고 있어요.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Is there like a romantic line that you wrote as lyrics for your song that you can never say like in real life? You can only do it in like songs. I actually have one, but anyway.
You do?
First.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Go first.
For me, there's a line in a song called My Everything. It says, 유난히 빛이 나던 밤 그곳에 서서 나는 그대를 기다려요. Like a starry night, I stand...
But it sounds something you could say. I think so. Oh, maybe the way you say it.
Yeah, not in that like kind of like poetic way.
Right.
I'd be saying, I'd be like, yeah, I've been waiting for you for some time.
Yeah.
Rather than like, 유난히 빛이 나던
I've been waiting
밤
for you.
그대를 기다리고 있어. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say that unless I want to tease him.
Right.
So yeah, that's the line. It's a song by NCT, and you know, I.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do it.
Yeah. But I could say I could say this line. I love you like a fool.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a line from a song called Like a Fool. Yes.
That's a good one.
What about yours?
I was actually thinking of this one. It's one of our most common and most well-known songs. It's called 솔파미레도. And the chorus parts goes, yeah, with you. 네가 좋아 나를 부탁해 baby. I wouldn't say 나를 부탁해 baby. I would
you
never
include the
say
baby?
it. No.
나를 부탁해,
No,
baby.
never. In real life, 나를 부탁해. Who would say that?
Perfect
No one
gesture
would
right
say
there.
that. No, seriously, stop. Okay, only in lyrics. Yes, I would never say that. Yes. All right. We're both really embarrassed. My mouth is stuttering. But anyways, we have to move on to our Tuesday segment, Phrase Up. Nive is going to tell us about the segment.
Yes, sir. In Phrase Up, we introduce your messages about the phrase we give you each week, and we solve fun quizzes related to them.
Yes. And we also have the Phrase Up quiz, guys. It's a quiz match between me and Nive, and on the last week of every month, we add up Nive's and my quiz scores, and the loser does a live performance for the listeners. Last week's competition, Howon, that is me, actually won, bring the score to Howon 1, Nive 0. So who do you think is going to sing live for this month? Are we going to be able to listen to Party Without You, maybe?
I think I get the feeling that I'm already singing. I'm just being like consistent with
with the deja vu.
With the deja vu, yeah.
The phrase of deja vu. All right, anyways, I think we should let our hobby listeners know what the phrase up theme is for today.
Today's theme for Phrase Up is my most prized possession.
Okay, so most prized possession. Do you have such thing?
Oh, my. I can't think of it right now. Right now. Not really. What about you?
I think for me, like I usually when I ever decide on the most prized possession or the most important possession of mine is, I tend to decide it on how long I use it. For example, if I use my phone every single day, then like probably like 8 hours a day. No, I don't want to say 8 hours. That's too much. Probably like 3 hours a day or like 4 hours a day. Then probably I would choose it as my most prized possession. And obviously with the information and all the bad things in there, but the pictures and all that stuff.
Right.
But if it's that, then probably I would choose it. But I actually wanted to choose my laptop. Right now, my laptop is my most prized possession because in there are all the recording stuff that I did. All my music stuff is in there.
All your traces.
All my traces for music life is in there. So right now, the Double 24 is the biggest part of my life, and all that information is in my laptop. So I would choose that. I think of like my most prized possession like that, in that kind of way.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, for me, I would say my C drive.
Oh.
My C drive.
Very, very important.
C drive has lots of important data. Not including not just mine, but the others.
Of course,
so if I
that's what I was
lose
gonna
them,
say. Yeah.
I'll be in a huge trouble. So
Right.
that's my most important.
Of course.
Possession.
Yeah. So don't go looking for it, guys. But anyway,
Yeah, please don't.
it's very important for artists. You know, all the info, all that memory.
Oh yeah.
So important. All right, so we're gonna be back after a song, guys. Oh, and actually, no, we have to go to the phrase up quiz first. Okay, so please join us solving the quiz, Hoppy fam. Nive, let's read the quiz for us.
Yes, sir. Here's today's phrase up quiz.
Okay. Yes. That's the last note. Okay.
Okay. Question. A survey asked Korean elementary school students what their most prized possession is. Which one is number one? Option number one is friend. Option number two is game console.
Okay. Right. So, the winner of last week gets to choose the answer first. Since it was me, I will be choosing the answer first. Friend or game console? You know what? This is a little bit, probably I would obviously want to choose number one because two sounds too inhumane. But still, we have to consider that the MZ generation is a little bit different to what we used to be like, remember? So, you know what? I would obviously choose number one, and I actually want to choose number one.
Right.
What about you? If you had to
I'm
choose.
on the same side as you are.
You're on the same side.
Because, there's like a famous game console starting with P. The fifth generation came out. And I know that it's hugely popular. And these days, and we have to keep in mind that the survey was done on Korean elementary school students.
Yes.
So for them to say that a friend is the most important possession that I have, it's too mature.
Right.
Wouldn't they want the game console?
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah, fact.
Given that it's like MZ generation too.
Yeah.
It's different generation. But then again, you know what? I think back in the days, we would still choose game console.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Maybe.
Like if you are adult and you look back in time,
probably.
You would
so
choose
you mean
friends.
So you mean you're trying to get into the elementary school kid
Their mindset, right?
Okay.
If that's the case, then I would go for number two. But then again, I don't know. These questions are always tricky.
But what happens if the MZ generation now they're getting more intelligent? They are. They are discovering things faster than our generation.
Right.
So they discovered that friends is a bigger possession than a game console. What do you think?
Well, not always people get to the point where they're just like they want, like they think friends are the important position. If your intelligence get up to the higher position, then they would maybe think about how to get to the game console faster.
That's
like
true.
Easily, kind of like because at the time, no matter how intelligent you are, you cannot really overcome the experience in your life. To feel that the importance of your friend, it takes time. That's how I feel like. You know what I mean? Like
I think we're thinking about this too deeply.
It really depends on the insa and asa.
You know what? I'm going to choose number one. I'm going to stay with friends. I'm not going to get confused. I'm just going to stick with my opinion.
Okay.
So you choose...
I'll choose number two.
Okay.
I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I'm wrong in the most intricate way possible.
No, but you might be right. It could be number two. It could be. Okay, so we'll find out what the answer is after listening to a song, Hoppy fam. The song is My Treasure by Treasure. I am your DJ Howon on HOTBEAT, and you're listening to our Tuesday's segment Phrase Up, joined by NIve in the studio. Now, it is time for us to reveal the answer for today's Phrase Up quiz. NIve, again, what was today's quiz?
Question was, what's the number one most prized possession of Korean elementary school students? Option number one, which Howon-님 chose, was friend. Option number two, which I chose, was game console.
All right.
We had a deep, hard
conversation about this. Yes, we're trying to be very, very, honest.
We're still unsure of the answer. So this one, it seems very simple, but then
I know.
Yeah, it's very hard.
All right, so here's the answer for today's Phrase Up quiz. 피디님, please, drum rolls. The answer for today's Phrase Up quiz is number 2.
Yes.
Woo! Wow. Seriously?
That's what I wasn't sure until you revealed the
Oh,
answer.
wow. Okay, so number 2,
Yes.
it was the rankings. The list goes. Number 1 was game console. Number 2 was friends. Number 3 is parents. And number 4 is dog.
Okay. Howon-님 seems so disappointed.
Wow, I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in the MZ generation elementary school kids. Seriously. But actually, you're right. I think, elementary school kids probably would say that they're like most prized possession.
And these days the metaverse is like going like kind of like very popular and famous, which means that a lot of like Korean, a lot of elementary school students are exposed to the fast-changing era of
course.
multimedia.
And I think it's way much faster than our generation.
Way too much.
Yeah,
way too fast.
I even remember when we were in elementary school. Those like the most oldest game consoles were like coming out, and that's the one that we were playing. Who would have thought we would like be touching everything? Everything is like touched, and everything is so graphic and so like
Right.
Who would have thought about the metabus? Like who? I mean, yeah. Okay. Anyways, but I'm still very disappointed. Anyways, I don't know what I would choose if I was in elementary school. Thinking about it, if I went to the past,
I know I would choose game console.
Oh, you would
At that age.
at that age.
And these days, I'd be kind of half and half. Friends are important. At the same time, game consoles really consoles my soul.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah.
He's on fire with these like wordings today. Anyways, so we actually should move on to our listeners' opinions about Phrase Up. We're talking about my most prized possession. So let's read the first message.
Yes, sir. Mine from Turkey says, my most prized possession is me, myself. Mine. Maybe you can think of me as megalomaniac. Megalomaniac.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care. That's what she said. But I think, first of all, people should care and value themselves.
True.
Money, property, these are just temporary things. The things and people you put at the center of your life that you call the most precious may suddenly disappear from your life. That's why I don't think it's right to be excessively addicted to people or things. Therefore, most precious thing that I have is myself. My personality, my flaws, my soul, my heart, and of course, including my physical and mental health.
This is actually, I actually partly agree with this. Yeah, not whole of it, but I do agree with this.
Me too.
I think it's very important to be able to love yourself in order to be able to love others as well.
Right.
So, what do you think? What do you think about this
No,
message?
I totally agree with you because there's a song called Save Myself by Ed Sheeran. And he goes saying that before I save someone else, I've got to save myself. So I agree with that because it really impacted, put a huge impact in my life too because yes, it's very important and meaningful to save others. But then if you cannot save yourself from yourself, then you won't be getting the strength to save others. So I think
true.
in some way you have to put yourself first to have a good influence on the others.
As well, yeah. I mean, one of the things that I'm trying to do, especially for the year of 2022, is I was telling this to all of our happy listeners. My resolution is to love others as much as I love myself. You know, so in order for that to happen, you have to be able to love yourself more.
Right.
Yeah, because as much as love you, I mean, the more you love yourself, then you'll be able to capable or be able to love others more.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a complementary thing, I think. All right. Anyways, let's move on to our next story. We have Wendy from France saying, "Hello, dearest Howon, dearest NIve.
Hello.
If I have to choose only one, then I'd say that these days my most prized possession is my graphic tablet.
Tablet. Okay.
Drawing has always been my favorite thing, and it's like an inseparable part of me. When I was little, I was drawing on walls and books. Sorry, mom and dad. Then growing up, I started to draw on blank paper. Obviously, LOL. And finally this summer, I managed to buy myself my own graphic tablet.
Congratulations.
Knowing that at some point I had almost completely stopped drawing, this tablet reminds me that I've actually achieved something somehow in life." Very good, Wendy from France. Yes. I actually like this. I'm glad that she actually bought the graphic tablet.
Right.
This is probably going to be able to influence her in drawing more, I think, right?
I mean, she said she, now completely stopped drawing. But there are things that give you that good nostalgia and then enlightens your dream. Like a younger side of you.
Yeah.
Like no matter how aged you are.
Yeah. Trying new things, challenging yourself.
There are things that, strangely, it connects you to that forgotten dreams. I think in Wendy's case, it's graphic tablet.
Yeah.
So it's really good to have those kind of things. So
because, like, for example, for my hairstylist, she obviously does hair, and she's in a really high position. She's done hair for a long time, but she actually bought her own graphic tablet as well because she wanted to draw.
Oh,
literally, and I saw her drawings, and they're really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah. Oh. I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
She must be very artistic.
She is. Yeah. Very unique as well. All right, anyways, next message.
Sir, Paulina from Finland says, "Hello, Howon and NIve. Hi. This was actually quite hard, but I think that my most prized possession in my life is my car. It's also very helpful that I have a car because I live in a small town, and because I have car, I also can go places that I couldn't go without car."
Right. Cars tend to be many people's most prized possessions sometimes.
I totally agree with this.
So, I mean, I cannot relate to this because I don't drive,
right,
and I will not drive in my whole life for the rest of my life. But
okay,
okay. I have like a phobia. So, right. What about you?
I'm a full driver.
Yeah.
I
remember. You always told me like you go on drives.
I can completely relate to this. A car is something. It's a transportation, but it can also be your second home, like secondary home, because you can be in that car, in the car, and then your secondary home can take you to anywhere, basically, unless you have to cross the sea.
I really do want to experience that, but I can't.
You have a phobia?
Yeah.
Driving phobia?
Yeah, I cannot drive. I get too scared, nervous. I start sweating, dry sweats. Not literally sweats, but dry sweats. So that's really, really bad. So,
I see.
Yeah. Not gonna happen.
Or I really hope that you can overcome that phobia.
I wish if I had the chance, but probably not.
But when you go on a so does that mean if you go on an amusement park, you cannot drive on a bumper car?
Oh no! Bumper cars are fine because you can just bump into anyone. But cars,
so your phobia
is
comes from like bumping into each other.
Yeah, accidents. Safety. People. I cannot even imagine having people, passengers. I would go crazy. I'll be like, Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I want to be able to drive. Anywho, all right, we're moving on and we're listening to a song, and I'll be back with more messages from our hobby listeners. The song is Feedback, 너의 대답은 by Ladies Code. I am Howon, DJ of HOTBEAT, and you're listening to our Tuesdays segment Phrase Up, joined by NIve in the studio with us. We are talking about my most prized possession today. So, NIve, please read our next message.
Jellycita from Peru says, hello again, Jellycita present.
Hello.
Hello. The most precious thing I have is the presence of God in my heart and my family, the union and harmony that I have with them, despite the difficulties. We got up and moved on thanks to God. Then many things pretty, they come and go in addition, like meeting Sharp W24 and his super mega cool music.
Thank you. I like that. Family, family is also very important. Yeah.
The most important, I think, presence in your life. I think that you always have to carry on. They help you to go on and carry on, So I agree with this too.
They always, I think I agree with this a lot because, there's this thing where you say in Korean as well, 싫어도 항상 옆에 있는 거는 가족이다,
Right.
Even though you might not like your family, there's, family's always besides you. They're always there. They're always going to be the people who you can come back to and go to.
Right.
I think.
For me, I mean, somebody asked me one time, I didn't have answer myself. The person went on and said, where does all the broken hearts go? And I said, like, wherever they came from, probably. That's
wherever
what
they
I
came
said.
from.
Right. And then I think we all have that, if you're, say, like, you have that 귀가 본능, like the instinct of like going back home. Home. I think whenever we are, we have sorrows or like we have all that like broken hearts, we tend to find our peace from where we come from, basically our parents and home, a place we can call home. It doesn't matter. It can be just like physical home, it can be just like spiritual home. So yeah, I think I can relate to this.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to our last story we have is from Esther, Whirlwind W24 from Germany, saying, my most prized possession, that's a really interesting question. Yes. What is my most valuable possession? I could say my husband is the most valuable and precious to me. But you can't own or dispose of a person any way you want. And the question is, after all, about the most precious possession, right? My eyes just falls on our fir tree, decorated with pendants from our travels and those given to us by our family or friends. Even as we decorate it, we remember the experiences or the person behind it. This is always beautiful and precious to us. And a few years ago, one of our daughters brought a very beautiful pendant from London. Since then, it's been a tradition with us. So for me, definitely made memories are the most precious and valuable. I have boxes where I collect letters, cards, memos, photos, films, tickets, etc. I think if our house were to burn, that would be the first thing I would take. Interesting. Yeah. Some people do have these like boxes.
Right. The memory box.
Yeah,
right?
It could be like a diary in there. It could be like the cards, pictures, whatever it is. Do you have these kind of like boxes?
I don't. Personally, I don't have it. But then my parents, I know that they have a box that actually collected like collection of my pictures when I was
your
really
pictures
young,
when you were young.
My parents.
Like a photo book.
Right.
But, in a box.
In a box.
Interesting. I actually saw my photo book when I was in high school, I think it was. And I watched the ones that I was from like, age 0 to age 10. And it's beautiful to watch those. Yeah, it brings back memories.
But they showed me, my parents showed me the pictures when I was 14. And I was going through puberty. And I was very kind of sensitive at the time. So I was like, put that thing away, Dad. I don't want to see me naked and small.
No, I
That's
know,
what I
know.
said.
No,
but
no, I know.
nowadays,
I
I search for them and see, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I know. It's just cute. Yeah, and they're babies. Okay, so that was the last message we have. We actually had one more message from Fanny Gomez from Mexico, but we didn't have time. But anyways, thank you very much for sending us that message to all of our happy listeners, okay? All right, very good. I hope you enjoyed our theme for today. My
Always
most precious.
do. Always do.
Yeah.
It made me think of like what I have in my life that I have to be thankful and grateful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it.
Okay. All right. It is time to us to wrap up today's phrase up. What is going to be the theme for next week?
It's one thing that I make sure I do every day.
One thing that I make sure I do every day.
There are certain things that you do every day, like habits. Some people take supplements first thing in the morning. Some people stretch before going to bed. Some people keep a journal every day. Some people video call their parents who live far away. Sending a message about things that you do every day, like a routine. You can send in your messages through HOTBEAT's send message board on Arirang Radio website, or you can just send a DM to HOTBEAT's Instagram ID HOTBEAT0409. Please write phrase up in front of your stories.
Yes, Happy Fam, don't forget, I think this is a good theme for you to talk about what you do that you thought to yourself that this is a special thing I do every single day as a routine, you know. I actually would not recommend taking supplements first thing in the morning because it's really bad for your digestive system.
I would recommend to take supplements before going to sleep.
Before going to sleep. Oh, is that better?
From my experience.
From your experience.
Especially if it's like vitamins, yeah.
I thought it was good if you had it like, you know, in the middle of the day.
It really depends on
depends.
person's like digestive system and what you ate on the day. Yeah.
I actually would have answered this phrase up theme with coffee. But right now, these days, I'm doing a coffee diet. I'm not drinking coffee at all.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I'm not drinking coffee, so that could be one of the things I would say as for next week's phrase up.
I would say coffee too. Still going on. I'm not on diet with coffee.
All right, so Happy Fam, we'll be waiting for your messages. Please do send them in. We'll be looking forward to them. We have a song to listen to before we wrap up. The song is going to be 어떻게 아직도 이렇게 How Do I by NIve. So NIve, I will be seeing you next week.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Now, it is time for us to wrap up part 1. Moving on to part 2, Happy Fam, please stay tuned. The last song we have is 나의 하루 끝에 At the End of My Day by 김사월.
Follow my beat, I'm with you. Every step we're grooving. Follow my beat, I'm with you. Heartbeat, heartbeat.
Welcome to the second hour of HOTBEAT. I'm HOTBEAT's DJ Howon of W24, your one and only Hodi. We have our part 2 very soon with our 3 daily segments. It is Ssup, the TMI Quiz, Who Knows, and also That's the Reason. So guys, please stay tuned. We have 2 songs to listen to right now. They are 100% by Sora and Yu Yeonjung from 우주소녀 and Yeah by 산들 featuring Hyun. Hola, Ssup. Hello everyone, how was your day today? What did you guys see, feel, eat, and talk about in your daily lives? So today we have our own main protagonist here for Hola, Ssup. That person is going to be sharing their life stories with me, DJ Howon. So let's pick our listener for today. We have a sub story from Katherine from Peru. Righty-roo. So this is actually in Spanish, so I'll be translating for all of our happy listeners. Katherine from Peru says, Hola, Hodi. Es realmente bueno volver a escucharte. Agradezco a Ivan por animarnos cada día. Siempre atento a escucharnos y lo sentimos por a inicios enviar mensajes en español. Supo dar solución a ello. Por cierto, Howon, ¿recuerdas el challenge de tu mejor foto de este año? Y subí fotos de un lugar donde había ido, donde salía un lago verde y la comida que era papa a la bancaína y milanesa. Y dijiste algo sobre donde ¿Dónde es ese lugar? ¿De dónde eres? Creo que escribiré más seguido para que no me olvides. Jeje. Okay, no. Pues soy de Perú, Howon. Okay, so first let me translate it. Katherine was saying, "Hello, Hodi. It's really nice to hear you back. I'm thankful for Ivan for always keeping a good heart with us, and he was always really, really attentive in listening to our messages. And obviously, right now I'm starting to send in messages in Spanish now again." But anyways, Howon, remember the challenge of the HOTBEAT challenge for Wednesday segment, where I sent you a photo of this year, and we shared those photos. And I uploaded a photo of this like green lake and also food, which was papalawancaine and also milanesa. And you said something about the place, and you asked me where I'm from. But I'll write to you more oftenly so you don't forget me. And so she says she's from Peru. And she finishes off. Quizás no recordabas porque ahí en mi cuenta sale mi nombre completo. Fui a ese lugar porque fue cumpleaños de mi abuelito y lo llevamos a celebrar. Es un lugar del departamento de Lambayeque. Es súper bonito. Te lo recomiendo. La comida es súper rica. Creo que si pides tu plato favorito, que es el lomo saltado, quedarás a regresar siempre. Okay. So she says, maybe you might not remember because my name did not have my full name in it. But anyways, I went to that place for my grandfather's birthday, and I went there to celebrate for his birthday. It was a place in the department of Lambayeque. I guess it's a little part in Peru. And it's so, so beautiful, and I really recommend you to eat delicious foods, and especially you can eat your favorite dish there, which is lomo saltado. Oof, yeah, that'll be good. And you will like to go back there all the time, says Katherine. Okay. I actually remember this, Katherine. First of all, thank you very much for always waiting for me, Katherine. You're awesome. Muchísimas gracias por siempre esperarme acá en HOTBEAT. Another thing that I wanted to say was that I think I remember saying that I know that she's from Peru, that Katherine's from Peru, and because I remember seeing the photo and saying, "Oh, this is Peru," but I wonder where this place is. I was actually asking Katherine where the place in Peru it was, and she actually answered me Lambayeque. Okay, so that's what I was really, really wondering about. I've never seen a place in Peru that looked like that, although the food looked very familiar. That's why I thought, oh, Katherine, yes, I mean, she was sending us a photo of when she was in this like restaurant or somewhere. But anyways, of course I would like to go back to Peru. Peru is such a nice place. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, and the food is also great. I think just like South American food in general is just really, really good. Although my bandmates did have a hard time last time we went on a Latin American tour. Especially my manager. The only thing that he really enjoyed was like the breakfasts. Because usually the breakfasts are generally just very common, It's the eggs, you got the fried eggs, you got the bacon, you got the bread, and you also got the cereal. He really liked it. All right, anyways, that was it for our Ssup story for today. Thank you very much, Katherine from Peru. I will be sending you my selfie through the email as a gift. All right, so Happy Fam, stay tuned. We're now moving on to TMI Quiz, Who Knows? We have a song to listen to. It is Thanks To by Woods 조승연. From K-stars to K-culture, that's now the center of the world. We solve too much information quizzes that aren't too obvious. TMI Quiz, Who Knows? Starting our second daily segment, the TMI Quiz. All right, Happy Fam, as we go through the question and the quizzes, if you know the answer, I want you guys to send them in through HOTBEAT's website SEM message board or DM our Instagram. ID is HOTBEAT0409. Those are the two ways. So from Monday through Sunday, we will be drawing one winner among all those who answered correctly. And that winner will be getting my selfie as a gift. And that winner will be announced on our announcement board after Sunday's show ends. So I really want you guys to check it out when it comes out, okay? Very good. TMI Quiz, Who Knows? Let's get into our question. This is the question we have. Up Tension has released their 10th mini album called Novella. The title track is called 너에게 미쳤었다, Crazy About You. It's about wanting to reunite with your significant other after breaking up with them. It's a song that shows the powerful performances unique to Up Tension. So today's quiz is going to be about Up Tension. We're talking about Kogyeol of Up Tension. It's called this nickname. So he actually has a nickname by his mother at home. Literally a nickname that his mother would call him. What do you think it is? Number 1 is 강아지, puppy, and number 2 is 왕자님, prince. Okay, so Happy Fam, what do you think the answer is? I've actually seen many families where, parents tend to call their sons or daughters, 강아지, puppy, come here, and in a cute way, not in a bad way, but that's one of the things. My dad used to call me I can't. Wait. It was 호빵. He either called me 호빵, or he also called me. This could be a really distasteful. If you guys are eating or anything, I'm sorry, but he used to call me 똥돌이, which is like I guess not in a bad way, guys. I don't want to make it sound really bad, but he would call me like poopy head. In a cute way, not in a bad way. My dad always called me that. Yeah. And then, I don't know exactly which family would call their sons 왕자님, but there are those families out there that they do that. They really praise their sons and daughters. So, 왕자님, 공주님, yeah, I don't know if that would ever happen with me in my house. Probably they would insult me by saying, such a 왕자님, such a prince, Okay, so Happy Fam, if you really do know the answer, please do send them in. I'll be back after a song, because then we have That's the Reason too, so stay tuned. The song right now is going to be 너에게 미쳤었다, Crazy About You by Up Tension. Now, moving on to That's the Reason. Time to listen to 3 songs based on a theme today. We actually have a message from one of our happy listeners for today's That's the Reason. Today's That's the Reason is from Angie from Colombia, saying, Hi, Howon. For this segment, I would like to ask for 3 songs by Ball 4 or 볼빨간 사춘기. These girls are really talented and their music is art. I know. First song she wants to listen to is Galaxy, which is 우주를 줄게. Second song was 썸 탈 거야, Sum. And the last one is 나만 봄. Okay. We're going to be listening to the 3 songs by Ball 4 recommended by Angie from Colombia. I really definitely would enjoy all of. Actually, my favorite songs from Ball 4 are not in here, but still these 3 are the title songs, and they're really good. So let's give them a listen, and I'll be back to talk about them more in detail. Today's That's the Reason again were 3 songs by Ball 4 볼빨간 사춘기 recommended by Angie from Colombia. Let's talk about them in detail as I go through these 3 songs. 우주를 줄게, Galaxy. This was released in 2016. So this song moved up the charts and made Ball 4 famous. Actually, yes, this is very true. I think it was in 2017, I think it was. Or maybe it was 18. Ball 4 started to get lots of popularity 1 year after they had released this song. I think it went viral because of like this social media stuff, the SNS. Yeah, so I think it was one of those viral places where they uploaded the song and they said, oh, this is such a good song. And then everyone started to listen to it and they gained so much popularity. This album itself, the one 우주를 줄게, it was in, can't remember the title of the album, but it was so good. Inside there was actually a double title, and I really liked the second song for the title track. And definitely this is the song that made them really famous. I think it's the way that Angie, the singer of this group, she sings. The way she sings is just really good. And the way she's like, usually you don't hear people say 커피를 너무 많이 마셨나 봐요. I mean, she's just really unique voice, unique pronunciation. And although she was actually part of an audition show back maybe like 2014, 15. Yeah, she was also very well known then, but I think she changed a lot of her tone and became famous because of this tone. Yes. Oh, the double title track of this album was 나만 안 되는 연애. Yeah. The album itself was called Red Planet, and it was an amazing album. I really, really liked it. Yes. All right, so that was the first song we listened to. Second song was 썸 탈 거야, or Some, which was released in 2017. Right, so this song is actually about being honest about your feelings to your crush rather than playing hard to get. That's why it's like 썸 탈 거야. I'm gonna go. It's like a saying that you use, or like a phrase that you use when you're on a green light with like, the person that you like. So, 썸 탈 거야. Yeah, I like that. I like that song very much too. If I remember correctly, I think it was released in it was in a September. Okay. So, like kind of like, I guess, autumn feeling to it. And then, last but not least, we had 나만 봄, or 봄, which was released in 2019. This was definitely a spring song. Literally, I say, it's only me who's in spring. So this song is about wanting your crush to only like you. I remember when this song was released, lots of people loved it very much. But I know that some of the songs are not included in Angie's list here, but I would actually also suggest listening to 나의 사춘기에게, which is really, really good. This is also a double title track of the album from 썸 탈 거야. And another song that I would actually also like to recommend is 좋다고 말해. I don't know why, but 좋다고 말해 is just really, really good to listen to. If I remember correctly, the melody... Oh yeah. 안녕 오늘도 같은 자리 버스 창가에 기대 앉은 내게 인사를 해. Hi. I like those like really, really nice addictive parts. Like, hi, It's a good song to listen to. So, hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so just like what you guys heard today, if you have a playlist that you want to recommend to us, like that we can share with all of our HOTBEAT fam, please do send them in. And I can also elaborate on that theme, right? Just like today I did. Very good. Well, now moving on, we're listening to a song, and I'll be back with a TMI Quiz's answer. The song is 취중 고백, Drunken Confession by Kim Min-seok from Men. Now it is time to reveal the answer for today's TMI quiz. Who knows? The question again was this one. Kogyeol of Uptension is called this nickname at home by his mother. Number one was 강아지, puppy, and number two was 왕자님, prince. Guess what? It's number two, 왕자님, prince. My mom would never, never, ever call me this. Kogyeol's mother calls him 왕자님 prince. She called him 왕자님 prince even when he was in high school, and Kogyeol felt embarrassed. Imagine having like all your friends around, and your mother comes up to you and like, 왕자님, 왕자님. I don't know. I think it would be cute, but at the same time, a little bit awkward. I wouldn't want my mom to call me 왕자님. Please don't do that, Mom, please. Probably, I would maybe call my dog 왕자님, like give him the name of like Prince. Oh, actually, I know. Oh, right. Okay. So I think one of Girls' Generation members has a dog called Prince, if I remember correctly. But anyways, all right. So that was the answer, HOTBEAT fam. Hope you guys got it correct. We're now moving on to listening to a song. Actually, two songs. The songs are 사랑해서 그래, Because I Love You by 강민경, and 모든 날을 너와 함께 할게, I'll Be With You Every Day by 민현 from New East. It is time to wrap up already. We'll say goodbye with the ending song 사랑이란 말이 어울리는 사람, The One I Love by 장범준. I am DJ Howon, your Hodi, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on HOTBEAT. Goodbye.